Hello and thanks for watching. In a previous video I showed you how you can create and validate and use a FEDEM model as a digital twin to improve the accuracy of an industrial robot like the Argus Rebel. The point is that you can compensate for the flexibility in the structures and the gears by running a FEDEM simulation and then update the reference path in your offline programming system. In this video, I will focus on how easy it is to implement this method by using an FMU exported from FEDEM. This FMU embeds the FEDEM model, the FEDEM solver, and the predefined inputs and outputs, and enable you to calibrate your reference path by just one single line of code. Here you see the Argus IRC software, which is used for TCP path planning and inverse kinematics. And this system is not taking into account the flexibility in the robot or the loads acting on it. And here you see the FEDEM software, which is used to create the digital twin model and to simulate the TCP deviations from the kinematic path planned in Argus IRC. When the digital twin model is created in FEDEM, you can export the FMU. And the FMU has some predefined inputs, and in this example, those are the 6 joint trajectories that you create or receive from Argus IRC or your offline programming system. The outputs can be anything that you simulate in FEDEM, but in this example, we have strain gauges on each part, and we also export the TCP trajectory and the joint angles from FEDEM. And here you see the FMU name, which is an embedded kind of zip file containing the model, the solver, and the predefined inputs and outputs. When you have exported the FMU, you can validate the FMU at different websites like this one, FMU Check. You will find a link to it on openfedem.org. On the openfedem.org page, you will also find a Digital Twins tab with a download button that gives you access to a Python script that you can use to run the FEDEM FMU. And this is a template that you can edit and run from your own application. And the output by default is a list called output, which you can use to store or plot the results from the FMU. To run this Python script, you first have to pip install fmpy, which is a Python library enabling you to run the FMUs, any kind of FMU. And then you have to define an environment variable in Windows or Linux. This variable can also be added to the Python script that you downloaded. You can also define the input file and the FMU name in the Python script as well. So these arguments are optional. Here you see the Python script that I downloaded from openfedem.org. It's a template, and you can add whatever you like in this template. The default output from this FMU is a list called output, which is exported for each time step. And you can put it into a list of lists or a data frame if you want to plot the curves or results after the execution, which I did in this example. Okay, then we are ready to run the FMU, and it's called Argus Rebel FMU, which is stored in a folder called Argus, and in the same folder I have this Python script which I downloaded and modified. And here I can open a console window in the same folder and run the Python command -m and then the Python script name and the FMU name. This FMU name can also be put into the script if you don't want to run it as an argument. And now we can just execute the FMU with a single command. It takes a few seconds to open the model, which is quite large, and then the simulation will run much faster than an actual robot. And then when the simulation is completed, you will have these outputs plotted. These plots are added to my Python script. They are not there by default. So let's wrap it up. The FEDEM FMU is giving you the same results as the FEDEM software installed as a desktop application. And it can be executed by a simple Python script that you can modify for your own needs. And if you can execute this Python script or a C# script from your own offline programming system, you can achieve 97% TCP accuracy improvement, like in this example. And remember, it's a very simple implementation. If you need more information about how to use FEDEM, you can check out my playlist on FEDEM Digital Twins at YouTube. You can also visit my personal website called track.no or nordcompute.no. If you need to download the software or the Python scripts to run FMUs, you can go to openfedem.org. I think you will find all the information there. If not, just give us a mail. Thanks for watching and good luck.